The next one is when we start talking about place branding, people tend to think about logos. And of course, a lot of cities are using logos or slogos, which are called these. The effect of these things is not external. The effect is internal. So when you put a logo like this on something, your own stakeholders knows that this is part of the initiatives that you are doing to market those efforts. That's the main effect. And the ones that become really famous, like Amsterdam, they're even been studied extensively by scientists as why was the Amsterdam logo so successful? But the thing is, the logo was not successful. The city of Amsterdam was successful, and the city of Amsterdam was the driver of the recognition of the logo and not the other way around. So if you have a famous city and it has a logo that isn't completely wrong or poor, then that logo is going to be associated with the city over time, but it's not really having any other effect externally. Still can be a good thing to do internally. But there's a huge difference in how you do something like that and how you prove and what KPIs you have and what political ramifications it has if you know that you're doing it for an internal effect. Yeah? So to give you a very recent example for this one, over-tourism in Amsterdam, politicians not that long ago decided we should stop marketing our city. We will pull the funding from, at that point, Amsterdam marketing. So what happens is that the misconceptions of both promotion and marketing and branding and logos and so on becomes mixed up in a game where the symbol becomes the attacking point for symbolic politics. So instead of saying we have to actually solve the problem, the proposal was let's get rid of the slogan. Let's get rid of the logo. Because then the people that are attracted by the Amsterdam logo are not going to come anymore and we will solve the over-tourism problem. By the way, cutting funding because of stuff like this is not necessarily a good idea because it means leaving this arena to the private sector. And that means not having any influence at all. So why should we really be worried about this? Because if somebody Googles place branding, most of the things you will see is a logo. And a lot of companies and consultants and advisors knows this, so they will, keep feeding the algorithm, keep feeding our misconceptions, because that's funneling into certain development frameworks. And I see this back in tenders, European-wide tenders for we want a new place brand strategy for fill in any city here, even bigger ones. There's almost always a part of that process is developing a new visual identity or a new logo or a new campaign or a new this or a new that, which is fundamentally not place branding, but one of the few tools and manifestations that could come out of this. But they're almost always put into the same process, which means that the outcome of place branding advisory projects is oftentimes seen in the visual realm and not in the meanings or in the image or in the perception or in the actual how do we build, how do we manage, how do we plan our city to become the city we actually think that we should be or remain on.